An unknown stream botter found by DJ Academics alleges they were paid by Anthony to artificially inflate the streams for Kendrick Lamar's Drake diss Not Like Us by 30 million, but searches have shown there is no LLC registered under that name. Let me see what they talking about.
What's your bank account, brother? Just speak your truth.
I fuck it, bro. It's Anthony Soleil. I'm crashing out because like this is for my safety. This is how I feel. That's who paid me. Not saying I was in direct contact with him. That's just the name that was on the account that I got paid by, and that's how I feel. And I'm scared, obviously, bro. I'm not a.
Okay, already red flag, huge red flag already. If you were threatened and you were this afraid, why would you go on to a DJ Academics live stream to yap about how you rendered services and you were paid and you have no actual incentive to expose anything? Why wouldn't you go straight to the police if your life was threatened or anything? Why are you exposing it on an academic stream? That big red flag, number one. Number two, Academics needs to be way better about having people on his platform and allowing them to just say anything if it fits whatever narrative he might be trying to push. If it's completely inaccurate or it seems kind of ludicrous or you can't validate it or verify it in some way. Now he's asking for screenshots or bank statements or bank records, which I guess is one of the next best options, but I still think it's just like, why not immediately ask that question? If you're afraid, why are you exposing it on my stream?
Again, you know, you could ask around about me. I'm not biased. I haven't, you know, done this to fuck him over. I don't want to fuck him over. I don't want to fuck anybody over. But early on, when the song first dropped, it wasn't him. I'm not going to say he reached out to me himself because obviously he didn't. It was definitely somebody from management. They wanted me to do 30 million early, which fed into the rest of the views because obviously it was going to be a hit song either way. I like the song. You want me to be honest? The song is good. Like, it's a hit song.
Hey, sir. We, you know, again, we're at the point.
And by the way, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying this the way it's being presented right now makes absolutely no sense to me. Exploring the possibility of it having happened. I mean, it happens. I don't really know what the benefit of it will be outside of the perception of a song being closer to number one. More people might be apt to listen to it if it's got higher streaming or it's going to get pushed through the algorithm in a different way potentially. I don't know. I'm really not that in the know about how much people are willing to influence with the numbers games behind the scenes. I know it does happen, but I don't think that changes the standing of the song. And another reason why I would be hazy to kind of give a lot of like credit to this argument is Kendrick was already winning by public perception before Not Like Us had even come out. He had already had the hype off Euphoria that came as a response to Push-Ups and Tailor Made. People were raving about that. Drake drops Family Matters. He comes back and drops Meet the Grams. Like, he was already up multiple times when it came to the response game. I really just don't know what the benefit would have been to pay for streams for Not Like Us, but not necessarily for Meet the Grams, which trumped Drake's Family Matters not only in viewership, but also when you look at the people's like reaction videos to everything. Like, everybody seemed to generate more traction and more interaction by posting videos about Meet the Grams as opposed to Family Matters. Just like looking at the base numbers, and that isn't what's being accused of being influenced by bots at all. So it's just kind of strange that this would be the one that you would do it for.
We're putting out public information. Could we also divulge names that we could verify even later? Who reached out to you on behalf of Kendrick?
I mean, I have payment proof, and I will DM that to you as long as you know you won't expose it right now on stream in front of everybody, but I will send you all the proof, all the receipts and everything.
Okay.
Because there are certain things that I want to keep myself safe
Okay,
at the end of the day too, but I will send it to you.
How are you keeping yourself safe exposing information that was between you and whoever on a live stream? That makes absolutely no sense. What was the point of reaching out in this regard if this is true? What's the point of reaching out in this way as opposed to just going to the police? I don't get it. Well, you're afraid for your life, so academics is your lifeline?
Independently verify it. Hold on. I'm gonna put in this call. You know my Instagram name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are the screenshots? Are there screenshots? So, off rip, these are apparently the transactions that are going into a savings account. It's really
and I touch that nigga. It's going
okay. No, that's different. Okay, so I don't know. It's only one transaction here from Anthony Salah for $2,500. I don't know what this. Well, I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Bank statements can be faked so easily. So again, this ain't proof. I mean, yeah, bank statements can be fake, could be faked or forged and shit like that. But I'm trying to look at this under the guise that maybe it's true. What does it mean? Like, how am I to verify who Anthony is? What the LLC is? What date did Not Like Us actually drop, by the way? Let me see. Not Like Us came out May 6th. And apparently the alleged or the accusation here is that he was paid $2,500 to fake 30 million streams. Also,
the Anthony Salah LLC does not exist.
I don't think that it means it doesn't exist. I mean, like I said before, anybody can generate an EIN number and claim an LLC or get an LLC started and it not show up. There's plenty of them. It don't always have to show up via a website. So that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, but I just think that's a really small number, and it's such a direct way to get I feel like if this was an industry standard, because I do think that this is happening, and I'm not saying that the TDE or Kendrick's team couldn't be a part of it at some point. It just feels like it wouldn't be generated or given to one particular guy that exists outside of the system. I feel like when something like this were to happen, it's somebody within the corporation of maybe Spotify or Apple Music that you would go to in order to influence those things, not some random dude who claims to be a hacker and you're paying him $2,500 in order to get 30 million streams. To me, that doesn't make sense. I feel like everybody in the industry would know that there is one particular person that you can go to influence your numbers if that's what you're trying to do. He just seems this seems like this random bumfuck ass guy from nowhere talking about, oh yeah, they paid me. How did they get your contact info? Where do they know you from? Where do you advertise? Have you done this with anyone else? Why is it just this one person you're saying this about? I don't get that. You know what I mean? And the people, I guess they're searching the name again. Like I said, this doesn't say much. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the only way that you can LLC don't just because you search it and nothing comes up don't mean it don't exist. But yeah, I why would he need to do that? I feel like if he's already up, he didn't do it. And he didn't pay you, I guess, for the previous ones. Is that what he's saying? Did he just pay for Not Like Us, or was it every record across the board? Because Euphoria was number one before Not Like Us. Euphoria was I think. I might be wrong. Euphoria was high up, but I do know I remember them saying Kendrick dethroned himself at some point. So I don't know if it was Like Us or Like That or Euphoria, or if it was Not Like Us that was number one. And if that was the case, again, why would the team need to pay for streams if he was already number one without Not Like Us? That makes absolutely no sense to me. And again, I'm not.
What's your bank account, brother? Just
whoa. Again, I'm not caping for it. It's just it don't make sense. That's all I'm trying to say. This is another clip that somebody wanted me to see. He would have just ruined his whole business if this is real. Right. That's what I'm saying. Why would you ever do that? And what made you afraid?
Not only do I not care that he used bots, but I knew he did.
Okay. Cool.
What else is there to y'all didn't know that Kendrick used bots?
No, and I
You
didn't
thought
care.
that this was just the first time miraculously that a Drake record ever had more dislikes than likes, or you didn't know that was bots? Bots, to me, was a part of how you win the war versus Drake.
I don't think so, to be honest. I'm not saying that, like I said before, I don't think that anybody's above playing the numbers game or using their influence, you know what I'm saying, misusing it. Ha ha. Yeah, you get it. But I don't think it's necessary. Genuinely, if you listen to that Heart Part 6 record and you come away with the thought that enough people who are real people didn't listen to that and look at the glaring issues within it enough to dislike the record, and I'm not saying there weren't people that had influenced some of the dislikes on that video or on the song, that's a bad song in totality. It is. That's a bad song. It is. Like, I don't think you need bots for the Heart Part 6 to have the level of interaction that it has. I really don't. Is it possible? Anything's possible. It's a lot that I don't know, that I haven't seen within this whole back and forth, but the likelihood of it, come on. I just don't think it's likely. Now, let's say it happened or it didn't happen. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like this, the exposing culture, if it doesn't influence or it doesn't change, I guess, the overall quality of the record, like whether Kendrick went #1 or not, would y'all agree that he still bested Drake in the back and forth? I mean, I know there are other narratives going around like, oh, it's ironic that Kendrick, who isn't typically the hit maker, went #1, but the nigga was frying him way before Not Like Us. The strongest of the disses, appreciate the sub too, by the way, Hendrix and Splurging with the 8 months. The strongest of the disses to me came before Not Like Us anyway. Again, that's not me caping for it if it was botted, but I feel like it was already decided before that even dropped. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this new age war.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you didn't do it, Drake was going to do it.
He probably
He
did.
did.
No, he
Probably
did. He
Probably
did. But because he lost in the fashion that he lost in, there seems to be a select crowd out there that continues to not lose gracefully. Not only do I not care that he used bots.
I'm just in the position where I feel like I still don't believe this happened. This whole back and forth, I still don't believe it happened. I don't know what it is. I still don't like. This was the most underwhelming beef, and not because it wasn't exciting to listen to, or that it wasn't fun to see people go back and forth. It ended so abruptly, like out of nowhere. And I don't think that even the naysayers of Drake or Drake's fan base are satisfied with it because of how poorly Drake's final hit landed. And so it just became like a unanimous thing that Kendrick won, not necessarily only because he did have a lot to go at, but because, to me, if you're a Kendrick fan and you listening to this, I really feel like you listening to Kendrick go at somebody who offered him no competition. If you a Drake fan and you listening to this, I don't know what you were listening to.
It's going down in here. I'm with the money team.
I didn't feel like this went nearly where I thought it would go, or where it could go, potentially speaking. I didn't think that this reached the heights that it could have went to, and not on the fault of Kendrick, but obviously on the fault of Drake. And so his fan base are just looking for anything. I mean, we're damn near 2 months removed from this back and forth, and I'm not saying people not going to talk about it for a while. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, but like, I haven't seen this level of he still won. I haven't seen that in a minute. Like this denial trip. I have not seen that. He is right when he says one side just refuses to lose gracefully. Because I always ask myself when I'm trying to make an argument for this, okay, so what now? What comes after you expose Kendrick for botting? Like if that were true, what comes after that? Sean, are you biased for Kendrick? Nah, to be honest, I was really pulling for Drake in this whole back and forth. I really wanted Drake to be on some I didn't want it to be one-sided. I didn't. I never wanted it to be one-sided. I wanted him to come out and be like, yeah, he's not a pushover that everybody think he is. He's not this softy. He's not some idiot that just throws random fucking shit into a record and it doesn't have any type of, hard-hitting, I guess, impact for the person that it's meant for. I wanted to believe that, but while the records are coming out, I'm not gonna act like, okay, this nigga's not getting killed right now. He is. One-sided is boring. You're right. One-sided is completely boring.